It has been a minute since we've taken the S14 out to the track. It's been even longer since I've made content on it, actually. You guys might remember that, was that last video now, or 2 videos ago, we replaced the PCV valve under there. My catch can was constantly pressurized, which was pushing oil directly in front of my turbo, so that under boost it just sucked the oil through and shot sludge out of my exhaust. I talked about this all in the, I think it was the last video, where first I thought it was my piston rings, I thought maybe turbo seals, but I've had the turbo for 8 months. It's a brand new, like, OEM Garrett T28 turbo, running super low boost, like turbo seals, while still possible, it seemed low on the likelihood list. Since replacing the PCV valve, everything feels normal there. It's a vacuum at idle instead of pressurized. We went on a brief little test drive just like around the neighborhood yesterday, and there was way less blue smoke out of the exhaust, and I'm hoping the rest was just like residual burning off. But because we have Super D at Thunder Hill tomorrow, I completely meant to buy a 360 camera. One of those ones that have the suction cup mount that's stuck on your back window and the camera sits up here. It's that super cool like POV, or not POV, like third person view. I completely spaced on it because I didn't think that the PCV valve would fix the issue, and I'm like 99% sure that it did. It's too late to order one because it won't come in time for tomorrow morning, obviously, but I posted on Instagram and someone has one that they're generously gonna give me. I'm gonna go buy the camera, but they have the mount. It's about an hour drive each way, so I wanna take the S14 to just further test that PCV valve, check my oil level when I get home, and if we didn't lose all of my oil, I'd say problem solved. Stop number 1 is Best Buy. Package secured. I gotta get a Insta360 brand deal. They work with all sorts of influencers. I've just never like reached out or anything. We got the camera. I actually am pretty excited to try this thing out, and now we have a 50-minute drive to go meet up with the homie and pick up the mount for the camera. Just pulled up with the homie. This had me cracking up while I was editing this video. I met this guy at his work, and he works at a barber shop, hence his apparel that he's wearing. I totally forgot to mention that in the video, and as I'm editing this, I realized it just looks like he's casually wearing this around in his day-to-day activities. I met him at his work. He was kind enough to hook me up with this while he was on the clock. Super great guy. What up, what up? Appreciate you meeting me and everything. You want to explain the story? You have 2 of them, one of them broke.
I have 2 of them, one of them broke, so.
It seems like an easy-ish fix.
Yeah, it was just this little, where is it?
Like the clamp?
Close, yeah.
Right.
But it clamps onto this.
Okay, sick. Bag number 2, secured. Super cool of homie for him to hook me up with that. I'll explain that fix a little bit more once I get home. I have to like figure out how to use that thing in the first place. But once I get it all assembled, I'll show you like what needs to clamp, and we're gonna have to get kind of creative. And now we have an hour drive home, and then we're gonna check the oil on this thing and see if we can actually drive tomorrow. Okay, quite the drive, but we made it. I'm not gonna lie, it took me far too long to piece this thing together, but we got it. I wanna give a huge shout out to the homie Travis who hooked us up with that mount. I tried to explain it there, I didn't do a very good job. Best Buy had the cameras in stock, so I was able to get that. But they didn't have the car mount, which is the only reason I really want the camera in the first place. I checked Facebook Marketplace, no one was selling one, and the event's tomorrow morning, so I couldn't order it on Amazon or anything. I posted on my Instagram story asking if anyone had one, and Travis hit me up and said he has 2, one fully working that he said I could borrow for the weekend, which is also super generous of him, and then one that's like slightly broken, he said, that I can just have for free. And now that I have it set up here, you can see that this clamp, there's supposed to be something that squeezes that down to hold the actual stick in place. He said when he first got it, he clamped it down too tight and ended up breaking the clip. So all we need is some clamping force there, and it's good as new. So again, very generous of Travis to hook us up with that for free, and I think I figured out a pretty easy way to fix it. I stopped by the hardware store and just picked up a bolt and a lock nut, and I'm thinking all that we do is, you see the silver bar down there? Right there. I think if we either push that out or cut that out, I can use this bolt and just thread that through. It's hitting the bar right now, so we have to remove that bar, thread the nut onto the bottom of that, and that should give us plenty of clamping force for the mount. My thought process is pretty straightforward. We're just gonna take the Dremel here and just cut out that middle bar, or at least try to. All right, there's one side. All right. That worked pretty good. Really hard to show on camera. Oh, there it goes. So you can see that bar that was in the middle there is now cut, freeing up hopefully enough space for that bolt. Look at that. That is not too bad of a fix right there. That worked about as good as it could have worked, to be honest. I got it sucked onto the back windshield there and cleaned it off nice and good. It feels like really sturdy, like that's not going anywhere. We got it maximum extendo. I just downloaded the Insta360 app, and I'm getting the camera set up and updated and all that, and then I want to see what it looks like. Yo, this is such a trip. Hold on, kind of hard to show on camera, but we have the camera mounted on the stick. We got it suction cupped on. It looks pretty crazy, right? 360 cameras have always tripped me out, but look at this. There we are, right? So I can like wave to the camera. Because it's a 360 camera, you can turn the whole thing, and like you can get the car fully in frame, or we could zoom out and do this crazy like bubble warp effect and look around and everything. I definitely want it zoomed in, just like GTA third person kinda. Now that we have that set up, before we test it, the car's cooled down a little bit, I wanna check our oil to see if we can actually drive tomorrow, because it was like a 2.5 hour drive there and back total. I made sure to actually get in boost, which is where my oil would burn, before I replaced that PCV valve. Previously, a drive like that, I would lose at least a quart of oil. Fingers crossed that we did not lose a quart of oil, because if we did, that means either turbo seals or piston rings or some other bigger problems. Come on, 240. Be good to me today, will ya? I'd say that looks good. Pretty much right where it's supposed to be. So I would say pretty confident in the PCV valve being the fix, which is very good news. Okay. We're just gonna take this thing for a quick spin, see how it looks, just so I can get a little bit of practice in before tomorrow, make sure everything's looking good, and then we can start packing, get the car on the trailer for Super D tomorrow. That came out pretty cool. That's a cool little thing that I got. Damn. Okay. This could be gonna be sick tomorrow. I'd say we're just about ready to get everything loaded up onto the trailer. So I'm gonna connect the trailer to the truck and then bring the truck all the way down here. I'm finally starting to get the hang of backing up with a trailer. It took me a really long time. I have to take my front bumper off. I'm not sure if I have to take my side skirts off too. I got these mega extendo ramps because the ramps that came with the trailer are way too short and there's no chance of that car getting on there. The extendos work great. I also have these. I got these truck ramps that I'll put underneath the rear tires to get the back of the truck up so that angle is even mellower. The problem with that though is that with these ramps, it messes up that angle. So there's like a lip. So when you run over it, it lifts up and it'll sometimes come unlatched from this. I could shim it if I need to, but I want to see if I can make it on with my side skirts without the truck ramp. Whoops. Only one problem with this. Made it up without the truck ramps. The car is just slightly too low, so I can't open my door, so I have to climb out the window when it's on the trailer. And just like that, I would say we are packed up and ready to go. I'm coming more prepared than usual. You know what I'm not bringing that I need is tires. I'm definitely going to need these. Now, I think I have everything nice and organized, because that's not gonna move while I'm driving around. Bringing oil, just in case I do still burn some oil. Optimally, I'd like to not. Hopefully we fix that. Tires, got my toolbox, pliers, zip ties, impact, torque wrench, jack stands, bumper, ramps, all the goods. I'm gonna make sure that Insta360 is fully charged. I have the meta glasses too that are really cool for like POV driving shots. Make sure everything's charged, and then I think I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Oh no, the light turned off. Good morning. It is officially go time. I just choked on my own mouth. We have arrived. Oh, we made it. Looks like they're getting the layout set up. Julian's easy to spot because he's just the tallest dude in any circumstance ever. Oh, dude. I was just saying how easy you are to spot because you're always the tallest dude around. What up? Good seeing you. Oh, man. Precision. Beautiful. Precision. Whoa. The layout's looking pretty tight and pretty close to the wall. Yeah, that is close to the wall.
Thank you guys all for coming out here. Give yourselves a round of applause real quick. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Thanks again all y'all for coming. So we've got the big skid pad open and the small skid pad open today. Because of the low driver count, we're just not going to do run groups. Y'all are going to get crazy amount of seat time. That being said, make sure that your first few laps out on either of the tracks, just take it slow, get a good visual reference of what's going on out there. This track out here on the big skid pad is going to feel very tight and narrow, and we did that on purpose. The tracks in Japan are actually tighter than this, if you can believe it, so this will be a really good experience for y'all if you're looking for that kind of vibe, which if you're out here, then I'm pretty sure you are. And then the grid is actually on the far back wall. I'll be parked there in my truck as well, so that's where you're actually going to be lining up. Beautiful day for some your thing, and we're excited to be able to put this on for you guys. Alright, so if that's all we got, let's do it.
looks so tight, dude. I gotta get out there and either hit a wall or get over it. So, it's been a minute since I've been at an event, dude. I'm nervous again. I'm just gonna take it easy and then kind of just try to work my way up, I guess. It is narrow, dude. I got used to the local skid pad in SAC, which is just very, very open and not tight like this. I got comfortable. I also really hope the 360 camera like stays on my car. That would be nice. I'm trying to jiggle it to see if it'll come off, but I think we're okay. All right, a little short there. Too long. Story of my life. Yeah, that entry felt way cooler, but I'm still coming up short. This one's gonna be the best one right here. We're going in, we're doing it. It's just like the sim at home. I just gotta give it more sauce on the entry, but last time I said that, I hit a wall. Better. I had a lot more angle on that one. The rest of the course is pretty bad. That entry felt good. I'm just going for a good entry right now. I don't have much tire left, so I'm just gripping the rest of the track. I want to get one good entry, and then I want to check out the small pad. morning recap. I'm half-assing my entry for sure because I'm scared of the wall. I feel like my initiation's decent, but I need to initiate like a quarter second later so I can get closer to that back wall. I'm just so scared of it. Tires have seen better days, so I think I'm gonna swap those out. How's my other side looking? I mean, other side's not as bad, but I might as well swap both rears out, honestly. Dead. Of course I brought the dead battery. Okay, we have fresh tires. I want to go check out the small pad. Trying a different camera, a different GoPro angle for the small pad. I don't really know if you can see anything, but we'll try it for a couple laps. For the rest of the day, I spent pretty much all my time on the big skid pad, just trying to get that first entry dialed. And I kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. I kept initiating just a second too early because I was scared of that back wall, for valid reasons, obviously. I'm still super new to this whole drifting thing, and I've really only ever attended super beginner-oriented events that have very forgiving layouts, aka not directly on a wall. Every single lap, I'd tell myself in my head, like, okay, wait one more second before I flick, just a little bit later, and then I see that wall creeping up, and I panic, and I flick early, and I come up short. You can see I'm just hugging that inside line. Like, I should be way wider and deeper on that first turn. The fear of hurting my car has really been holding back my progression in driving. I've always known it wasn't an if, it's more of a when. I was gonna give a nice big hug to a wall. If I ever want to actually progress as a driver, I'm going to hit something eventually. And honestly, that's been holding me back, and I've been aware of it for a while now. Very similar to skating, you don't get better unless you're willing to get bodied a couple times. Ever since I got the S14, I've always babied it. I got it as mint as you can get an S chassis. Bone stock, untouched, everything done to the car has been done by me and me only. When I first got the car, I got so many DMs of like, oh my god, you better not drift it. Why would you get such a perfect car? Like, mad at me that I bought this, very clean S chassis, which is hard to find nowadays. It's only gonna get harder, and I wanted to drift it. And at first, I always hated the idea of messing it up, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that, like, yeah, that's cool for a show car and whatnot, but I'm not really into that scene. That's not why I bought the car. For the past year or so of driving, I've been in this weird mental loop of like, okay, well, do I sell the S14 while it's still clean and get a beater that I'm okay destroying? But then I think about all the time and money I've spent on this car, getting it to be just the most dialed drift car that I can have. It's like, at the end of the day, why did I buy the car? And I've asked myself this, and it comes down to the fact that I bought the car to drive the damn thing and have fun with it. I don't ever plan on selling the car. There's already far too many memories I've made in this thing. It's been my first for just about everything car related. And today was really that turning point for me where I made the conscious decision to say, like, yeah, I bought this car to learn how to drive. Let's learn how to drive. I don't care how many people it's gonna piss off when I inevitably crash it. And sure enough, once I came to that conclusion, not actively trying to hit the wall, obviously, but going into it with like, okay, let's send this and see what happens. Once I got into that mindset, sure enough, I had some of my best laps of the entire day. then, sure enough, I ran out of skill and this happened. I don't even want to see it. Well,
Yeah, it's less than I thought.
yeah, my quarter panel's almost fine.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I heard that. It was less than optimal. Well, it was just a matter of time. Woo. And then after that, what am I gonna do? Stop driving? No, obviously not. So I kept getting in laps for the rest of the day. I will say I was a little timid after that. Like, my driving did not improve after that. I made the most of the time that we had left. I had a blast of a day. We had about an hour until the track was cold. So I just kept getting my reps in until the day was over. Such a solid day. This was so much fun. I'm gonna start getting everything loaded up into the truck and get home. I'm so tired, dude. And just like that, we are locked and loaded. Oh man. I'm telling you, he's easy to spot. He's the tallest guy. How's it going over here?
Oh, that's good, dude. Not emptying this out, and then I forgot about it for a while at home, and then it turned into like...
Did it rain on it or something?
Had like maggots and shit.
Ew. Oh, it's flour, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me out.
Dude,
That was
yeah,
fun.
man.
That was super fun.
Good driving.
Thank you.
You looked like you were psyched out a little bit at the end. Like,
Definitely. I mean, it was in my...
back on snapping it.
Yeah, it was in my head for sure, but Julian has a present for me. It's coming out of his butt. A butt present. Sick. Thank you, dude.
Unpainted, dude.
What do you mean? That's not your custom paint job? I don't want to be associated with these. No, thank you, dude. All right. Those can go there. Let's do a quick double check. Make sure we're not leaving anything anywhere besides my dignity. All trash is gone. That is a wrap. It is time to go home. What a view on the drive home. Would you look at that? Those are some happy cows, happy hamburgers. She's a beauty. Ignore the marks on the window, all right? I have dogs. Wow. That looks so sick, dude. Oh my God, we made it. Great car, great truck. Damn, it's been a minute since I've had like a full track day. I forgot how draining that is, dude. In the best way possible, but like I'm so drained right now. I'm not even gonna unload it right now. I'm leaving everything in the truck, car on the trailer. I'm gonna go shower and go to sleep and then assess tomorrow. It just puts a smile on my face, dude. Today was so fun. I love this, man. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good morning. You guys want to go see what Daddy did to his car? Yeah, you do. The dogs are out and the dogs are out. Yeah. Okay. I slept so good. I took a shower. My head hit the pillow when I was out. There she is. I really bought a beater S chassis just so I could crash the clean S chassis. I wasn't able to get it ready in time, all right? It was destined to happen. I am am honestly, not to toot my own horn here, but I am really, really proud of my bash bar. I guess I haven't shown you that on this channel, but I make bash bar. I make all sorts of things, welding, fabrication, all that stuff. I made this rear bash bar for the S14, and I also made this front bash bar for the S14. And while I didn't doubt myself while I was making them, I've never put them to the test, you know what I mean? I'm pretty confident that if I didn't have a bash bar when I hit that wall, that would be folded in, like my, oh, whoops. If I open the trunk here, there is no damage except right on the corner there, and the bash bar took all of that impact. I swear, without the bash bar, I'm convinced that would have been pushed into here. I'm pretty confident that we can either pull like from the bash bar itself or weld on a tab and pull this out pretty easily. You know, this is gonna be interesting. See if we can hammer that out from the, obviously it'll never look perfect. Funny enough, I spoke this into existence unintentionally. I ordered over fenders about 2 weeks ago, just so that I'd have them when I inevitably did something like this, and sure enough, now it happened. You know, those will cover all the way to the body line, so I'll just hammer this out to the best of my ability. We're gonna cut everything up and put overs on, which is gonna piss a lot of people off anyway. This logic that I have in my head, which no one has to agree with me, but my logic, there's a difference between a clapped out drift car and a driven drift car. And there's nothing wrong with either one of those. Me personally, for what I've, you know, invested into this car, I don't want it to be just a clapped out beater of a drift car, but I don't want it to hold me back from driving, as I've said over and over in this video. If this were the S13 in the shop, I would probably leave it like this and just keep driving it. I am gonna do my best to pull this out, put overs on, do overs the right way, hammer this back out, and make it, like, get a new light, obviously, and make it look good again. Obviously, if you're, like, collecting S chassis and you want an untouched, like, it's not that anymore, and I am officially okay with that, whether or not I have a choice to be, you know what I mean? But no, I wanna document this so I can show you guys the before and after, because I'm very confident that we can get this looking great again. Back on the topic of the bash bar though, I'm really happy with that. Bash bars are supposed to bend and absorb the, because if they're too rigid, it'll just bend the frame of your car and twist everything up. And you can see, I mean, dude, look at how pushed in it is on this side. Obviously the whole thing is up now, but before, I mean, that sat out to like here. It was touching my bumper. So you can see that side versus we come over here, just how much that bent and actually took the brunt of that impact. Yeah, I mean, pulling this out shouldn't be an issue at all. And then probably just go in there with a hammer and get that looking okay, just so I can slap some riv nuts and whatnot to get the over fender to mount. It's all part of the game, baby. I will say though, what's the point of crashing if you don't learn something from it? And I've been watching that footage to see, because obviously like anything like that's preventable. It was strictly a skill issue, and I'll happily admit that. A really common beginner mistake is to slam, like either let off the gas or slam on the brakes, which is the worst thing you could do in that situation. That's gonna send you straight into the wall, probably either forwards or sideways, which like on your door, which you don't want. If the camera's the wall, optimally you want to come in, be almost backwards, and just floor it, foot on the gas, and that'll push you back away from the wall. When I was watching the video, I did that. I just throttled it out, but I did it I should have been on the gas earlier. You can hear I was on the gas, I let off, and then I got back on. Like once I knew I was hitting the wall, I was like, please just go for it. It was too late already. That's the first thing that I did wrong or should have done differently. And the second is I should have held my flick longer, because I flick left and then I clutch kick again to go right to follow that corner. I was noticing this through most of my attempts, actually. I would flick left and I wouldn't hold that flick long enough to really build the pressure, so when I flick the other way, I'm at way more of an angle. On something like on that Mahon or Bihoku style entry, you want to be backwards, and you want to be so backwards that you need to be on the gas to go forward, otherwise you're going to hit the wall. I didn't have enough angle because I didn't hold that entry flick long enough, and when I'm watching the footage, it's super apparent. One of my like second laps of the day, actually, I had a proper flick where the back of my car got, you know, within a foot of those orange barriers, which is supposed to stimulate like the wall at Bihoku or whatever. That's the entry that I wanted, but if you look at any of my other attempts, I'm like 8 to 10 feet away from that because I'm not holding that flick long enough because I'm scared of damaging my car, and it ended up damaging my car because I was too scared of damaging my car. I think with that speed and where I initiated on the one that I hit the wall, had I held my flick a little longer and gotten on the gas sooner, that would have been like the lap that I was looking for, you know? Essentially, I just paid for a lesson. I paid for a driving lesson. Thanks to a wall. I paid a wall. Honestly, what I'm most bummed about is the wing. I might leave that, dude. Like, if I can fix the trunk, which, yeah, that's also a bummer. Because you can see, like, the hinges all got pushed. Like, it hangs over too much on that side now, and it doesn't, it's, like, I think this whole thing needs to be yanked that way. But maybe once you pull this out, it'll kind of set everything in place. Might have to try to source a trunk. Or, I mean, I don't know, we'll see. I'll evaluate the damage later. I'm glad that it happened pushing myself. Like, it happened in a scenario where I had it click in my head where it's like, let's see what happens, like, let's drive. As opposed to doing donuts in a parking lot or something dumb like that, you know what I mean? It's literally it's just how it goes. Yesterday was a ton of fun, and I hope that this video comes out good. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. The best is yet to come. We have another project on our hands now. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace.